I'm literally just touching back on a dream that I had the other day, a few days ago. Not even, probably like 2 or 3 days ago. Um, in a dream, it was my son, but he was telling me um something about. Let me see, do I have my dream thing on here? But something about somebody being whack. And so I just wanted to go and look up the definition according to the Urban Dictionary. Oh, I got these little coughs. I'm laying on my left side. Well, first I'm trying to go in my dream symbol thing. Oh no, I had it on here. Okay, so let's go into keep notes. Google Keep. I utilize that thing. I don't know who else uses it, but I certainly do. Okay, so it's really acting like it doesn't want me to sign in. I was coming on here to look up heart. It was a heart-shaped pool with okay, and it's one. There's 45 of them, so I'm not gonna read all this. But it was a heart-shaped pool. But it was something else. Oh, I was looking at baptism. Baptism. Water, fire, blood, and tongues. Removing the old man, strengthening or of character, putting on Christ, washing the old away, removing sin, purified, given a name, receiving power. Anyway, I just wanted to look that up real quick. Okay, so going back to whack. I don't know, I guess it's kind of making me feel I'm gonna just say slightly better, not much at all. I really don't care about no man. I don't really want no man telling me about no other female more than he focusing on me and him. You know what I'm saying? If that's what I am to him, who I am to him, not what. But and especially don't. I mean, let alone don't want you involved with another female, especially if you was already with me, but coming back and telling me what you feel that person do wrong, and especially just in this regarding my specific situation or situationship or whatever. um you basically did me dirty regarding this person and stuff like that, so no, I'm goody. I mean, and love you because I know that I have, God commands us to love, but other than that, baby, it's you. I'm looking at the word that I was just mouthing, well, barely mouthing right now. But anyway, so whack, because he was telling me in a dream, whack. I don't know. This is just for me to continue to heal. And my thing is, that's the thing. I'm not a trifling person, so I don't want, oh, I want to get healed because you're telling me something bad about this person. Honestly, when the, when the, when the other girl, lost her child and he messaged me. I still got messages in one of my phones. And he messaged me, it was like such as telling me what happened or whatever. Honestly felt a, a sadness. Now usually I feel a type of way towards the female if they came at me again on behalf, like, to me, you're weird and you're just weak if you gotta come at me because he involved with you, but I know I still been, what I'm saying, I've been here with him. um so that's when I be feeling like, if I hear something like crazy or whatever, I be feeling a sense of relief. Not necessarily because you linked up and slept with him, whatever. That's not, because I be feeling like that's not him. He used his penis to do what he wanted and felt to do, and you did that. But when you come at me some type of way, and I ain't did nothing to you, you come at me just specifically because I'm associated with him, and I was there before you. That's a whole issue to me. So I'll just be like, mm-mm. But but yeah. So I don't sit around waiting on him to tell me about somebody or whatever. And like I said, it was just kind of weird, even for one, dreaming about him. Well, not about, but he was in a dream, making an appearance in a dream. Um, Probably like a week or less ago or whatever. And then next thing I know, my son expressing to me about somebody being whack. And like I say, I just take it as symbolic for their so-called dad. And I also just feel like, my son was used. So, because I will communicate with my son and I will listen to him and take heed to what he says, So, I don't know. Still, I'm not really trying to decipher it or interpret it or break it, do too much of breaking it down. But it's just on my mind. So, yes, I took this just will kind of make me feel better because sometimes I just find humor in certain stuff. And again, it helps me with my healing process and my recuperation and stuff like that. But so whack, an adjective used to refer to something crazy, weird, or unbelievable. And then they go on with some kind of sentence. Okay, then they also say whack is something that really sucks. Yeah. To be of low or dubious quality comes from wacky, which evolved to whacked or whacked out, eventually shortened to whack. The H is usually dropped to differentiate the meaning from whack, which is to hit something hard or kill. Um, Lame, sorry ass, ain't even legit. I'm just going. Sorry ass is just term. This is just what this video is pretty much going to consist of. Term used to show poor quality of something or someone. This is the most sorry ass movie I've ever seen. Lame. pitiful without taste, stubborn without relief from his or her own point of view. That sorry ass just ruined the whole evening. Okay. You said ain't even legit. Well, we know legit is something, so something decent, but so basically fake, not real, not authentic, not truthful. Don't ask me, did I already know? Anyway, yeah. Also, what can mean to jerk off. Not worrying about that one. Something that sucks horribly, stupid, fake, talentless. As they said, talentless is someone that can't do anything, but we don't stop them and start laughing at them when they screw up. Whack also means crap, shitty, no good. And it's just so funny because I guess dreamt, but yeah, it was about he was in a dream. His first daughter's mom and her sister, and then that reference or whatever. So I'm just like, what? All in the same like time frame. So it's like something trying to show up regarding him or them or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not doing that with y'all. I don't mind being part of a team, but I did not say if I'm not part of picking and choosing and who get to stay, who get to go, and you basically telling me I gotta go. And I'm not saying I made the team, but I'm just saying I was definitely shooting. I was definitely with them when they were shooting in the gym. So that's not. Anyway, a word used verbally by those who see themselves and their peers as gangster. Uh, I don't know. I missed it on that one. Bad, not good. Sometimes using freestyle battling, whatever. Basically describing someone or something as crazy, but saying whack because it's more fun than crazy. Publicly decreed to be not very good by those of taste and distinction. That which makes an effort to achieve the approbation of the cultural vanguard but fails due to a lack of authenticity. So that which makes an effort to achieve the next approbation, approval, or praise of the cultural um a foremost position in the army or fleet. Hold on, let's see. I was trying to find a better word for vanguard. But fails due to a lack of authenticity because you're not real. So you're just trying to get somebody's approval, cultural vanguard's approval, but failed due to lack of authenticity. Whatever. The word is of uncertain etymology, it first emerged from the highly non-standard forms of ebonics used by New York rappers in the late 1980s and early 90s. And then they reference crisscross, speaking of wiggity wiggity whack. Because it's a fact, if you whack, you ain't staying jack. Used predominantly by the mafia to kill without notice of others. Oh yeah, I know that one. That ain't it. That ain't the one I'm talking about. I'm guessing. Originated, of course, from wacky or whack. Something stupid, something that isn't interesting, something that's uncool. That kid is whack as I think that, and this is my thoughts, if it was their so-called dad trying to communicate via, a dream or whatever, or just God revealing that this is how he may be feeling or thinking about somebody. Um, um, oh my goodness, what was I finna say? See, doing too much. I'm doing entirely too much or something, because how in the world did I forget what I was about to say? Like, literally lost my so-called train of thought. No, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me. Um, anyway, that he is like to get in this ride. Usually used to respond to something crazy. Commonly found in the expression as what. So usually respond to something crazy. So it could be also being or responding to something crazy, be something crazy, or something like that. An Antarctic word meaning weird. Um, Whack is like crazy, but it can also mean weird or unbelievable in a bad way. This is a two meaning word in the context can change the meaning. Whack can mean something that is lame, wannabe. That's just nuts. Who said we're whack? So wannabe, but it can also mean be used in the concept of dope or sick. Man, that is whack. Where did you get that? When something goes or is wrong. Also used in place of. Also used in place of in place of effed up. When something or someone is crazy. So let me go back to wannabe. That stands out to me, being that sometimes the person that he has dealt with, like, literally wants to take on all aspects of me, like want to switch, want to try to, um, basically become me. Um, one of these those people who wants to be popular but aren't. They tend to stick with the popular people. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just thinking about that. Like, I just feel like anything that he has done or hasn't done that benefits me, like haven't done in order to benefit me or has done in order to benefit or help me, I I'm not gonna say it's null and void. It's good on this end. I'm thankful, and I just give it to God, give the glory to God. But as far as basically null and void for him, regarding me, should I say, because um he just like put himself in and took himself out, and like, it was like, I want to say neutralized himself or whatever. Right? he did do a lot of wrong, and then it's not that he's making up for anything, but it's like he did almost like equal amount of, I can't even say right, but he did something along the lines of right to make me just kind of, and not make me, but cause me to like calm down and just be like, well, whatever, it is what it is. And that kind of pisses me off, because it's like you was basically there and you just could have chose to do better, but you chose not to. So, mm, like I said, that's how I'm feeling about this whole thing. But I'm still reading the definitions of whack, because it's just like I said, it's humoring me a little bit. Um, it's kind of making me feel a little better. It is what it is. I don't care what nobody say regarding, uh, you know, stuff like this to make you feel better. It is what it is. Then I did want to say something about, I guess the mom that's done strangled her two kids, and I haven't looked up more about it, but I don't really care what nobody say when it comes to this. Like, if you lay down with a man or a male or whatever, and he planted certain seeds, and you end up carrying his children and having them and stuff, you never know if he what kind of intentions or even thought process he had when he was impregnating you and this, that, and third. And it's like the woman, yeah, she killed the kids physically, but y'all don't think that the dads, whether absent or whatever, had something to do with that, just because they didn't do it physically? Like I recently heard, they cannot convict somebody on something like that psychological. When somebody committed a crime psychologically, they can't convict them on that. They can only go by the facts of that this person right here did this. But it's just like that mastermind that can, or that person that can pay somebody to kill somebody. Like, they didn't put their hands to it, but so they just go by what, of course, what they say can be proven and stuff like that. But they be, like, you really missing a whole lot of criminals and criminal activity, because like somebody said before, if you could charge people for manipulation, you know what I'm saying? Especially that leads to something very heinous, but manipulation probably in itself, because of course it's witchcraft, which they used to, what the Bible says, suffer not a witch to live, but they used to, burn them at stake or whatever. So I don't know. It's just wild to me. Um, but yeah, whatever. Well, okay, wait. This is a too many word. Okay, we already looked up wannabe. When something goes or is wrong, when something or someone is crazy. Okay. Oh, but I was talking about the lady who killed her kids. Like, I just be thinking, like, yeah, she looking crazy in her mugshot and this, but she wanted to get rid of kids with whoever, that man or those men, and she said she didn't want them or something like that. I'm gonna look at some more details. It definitely sounds heartbreaking, but at this point, I'm not really surprised. Every day when you scroll social media, scroll social media, or um, scroll social media. Because I was about to say, I don't turn on the news, but the news be on YouTube or whatever, and you see something like that. Okay, whack, of low quality, not good, poor, also used to mean the opposite of its original. See, that's the thing. Somebody's saying this to you can mean, they could be coming from the perspective of any of these things that I've named off. Used to mean the opposite of its original meaning, like bad or commonly used. Um, the spot between your back and your crack. What? I didn't know that. They said the hairy spot at the bottom of your back before your crack. The condition of being out of synchronization with the rest of the universe. Having a twisted or perverse worldview. Mm. The complete sugar honey iced tea. A fly. See, it could mean that. A fly little mama, a true rider. Could mean all of that. The act of stroking your genital. Okay, I don't care about that. One who was that. Oh, the offspring of a white and black person. Oh, Lord. That's funny. People who are garbage, nonsense, not cool. Any person who, regardless of reasoning, just can't pull the right moves to be with the in crowd. Hmm. Any failed attempt at a cool stunt or complex pickup line. An overly dressed or tacky person. Treat me like you treat me. Yes, that song is definitely on my mind. Just plain stupid, a crazy, not mentally person, or not. Yeah, I guess they meant mentally challenged, whatever. Not funny at all can be used in the same. Like, okay, I think I'm about to stop here. I'm thinking they going on with these definitions. I'm gonna read one more page over and then that's it. Unbelievable nuts, off the hook. A person that is mixed of white and black. Perplexingly unsavory, off, unusual, weird in a bad or uncomfortable way, confusing and unsettling, hard to understand, and often not worth the effort to try to understand. Yeah. Okay, that's about it right now. Now I'll go on, but I'm not gonna go on here. I'm done with the definition. Um. So yeah, I don't know. And that's just my thing. Like, for one, I always was just like, don't communicate with me and drink. Now, God can definitely do what He does, but a person that's living and all that could have access to stuff, do not try to communicate with me through doing life about something. That should be a given and number one. But even if you were communicating with me in real life, definitely don't communicate with me about something negative, shoot, and or good or bad or whatever and or good about somebody that I really don't I really don't care nothing about, and that you included in spite of me or despite to spite me or whatever, but or both, in spite of and despite me and all that. I'm saying despite to spite. So yeah, I'm Johnny here. You had a chance to, you know what I'm saying, if somebody was just coming at you. And again, I go back to the dream that I did have where his own so-called mom sent him. But, and of course she's deceased now, so you know, it just, it's, for me, it's a tough place. It's like, even though she's deceased and whatever she did to spite me as well, And even though he did tell me he felt like he didn't have no, well, he didn't say he felt, but he was just like, I don't have no choice. So he's just basically declaring that he ain't have no choice but to walk in his mama's evil footsteps and his dad's. And see, I just try to take all this into consideration or whatever before I make some of these decisions. Um, I'm not gonna sit here and accuse or call him guilty or anything, but my feelings definitely tell me you're guilty, beyond guilty. But I leave that in God's hands, and that's just why I'm just trying to be very careful with people. Yet at the same time, God just allows me to make a certain decision, and I still need guidance from Him, and I need help from God. I'm not gonna get away from that, and I'm glad that I'm not. But I have strong feelings that just tell me no. I don't want to ever get pulled back into nothing similar to that, especially with that same person. But even with another person, like I don't want to be attracted to that. I don't want to like that was somebody asked me. Well, the lady who, oh my gosh, Instacart experience. Crazy because she came all up in my house, but she was asking me how long I've been living out here, and I was like, I've been living out here this long. It was somebody named Shannon or whatever. But I was like, I've been living out here this long, basically over a decade. And she was like, oh, because I know somebody that lives on around. I was like, okay. Well, that was 10 years of my life, pretty much, that I don't feel like I've gotten back. I feel like I'm getting to, Lord willing, I live to see it, but getting to or making my way towards trying to get it back. But also, when I moved over here, I had my child with me, and my child wasn't removed from my house. My daughter was me. My daughter wasn't removed from my household because she's grown, and you know what I'm saying? She's removed from my household, and they really trying to. It seemed like just trying to erase her from my life and all that, whatever. But God, that's between me and God. But so yeah, it's like. That's not. You did not even a half-ass job. Like you messed up. You messed up. You dropped the ball, just like that, whatever. But like I said, if a young man is, and because I got sons, I got, of course I got my daughter, I got 3 kids. Um, um, and I'm trusting God that I know 2 of them is living. I'm trusting God that all 3 of them is living alive and well. Um, but yeah. Just me as a mother, trying to guide my children in the right direction and stuff. And, of course, they can make decisions opposite of what you're teaching them or whatever. But that's why I'm just at the point where it's like, let me just go to God. Let me submit it to God. Let me help y'all be led of God by y'all having a personal relationship with Him instead of me just telling you what to do or even sharing a certain message with you. Now, I do share messages with my kids and speak to them and stuff like that, but I try to encourage you. Go ahead and have a relationship with God and you hear from Him. See what He has to say about it. Because you can really be led astray or whatever. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, the fact that, it was evil or whatever, she deliberately led him into place and, led him astray. She's the type that, oh, she loves my son. She acknowledged that, but then she went on and was like, forget her. Like basically, if she might love my son, but if she's not doing what we want her to do, then I'm gonna make sure that my son come against her basically in the worst way, or take her through the worst stuff. And I can't say I can't really say with ease that I deserved any of it, but part of me feel like, honey, you definitely was gonna go through something, because you know, as close to perfect as I am. Yeah, I haven't lived a perfect life. I've done things, whatever. So, and I do believe in reaping what you sow. So that part, but just to, yeah, that's why I'm just like, so I just, that's why I have a hard time saying that I deserve for evil things to happen to me. Did I deserve for Was I supposed to deal with stuff because stupidity that I did in my early childhood? I still don't even feel. I barely feel regarding that because I feel like I was a child. But if you was a child and you knew better and you knew good and well, or at least in a mediocre way, you ain't gonna be doing that. Or you did it anyway. Then that's the common sense God gave you, and you just didn't put it into play. You did the opposite. So that part, but then the other thing, my son is having these dreams, and I just pray for him. I love my son, my youngest son, and he was like, "I want to sleep with you." He told me, he's like, "I want to sleep with you until you're old and all of that." And I'm like, "Oh, how sweet!" But I just ask God to be in the midst and especially speak to his dream life, give him pleasant dreams. Anywhere the enemy's trying to attack him, by the way, my baby, my son, I bind and rebuke. The Lord rebuke you, Satan. Don't play with my kids. Don't play with their dream life. Don't bother with them. Stop trying to give them nightmares. Even my daughter, wherever she is, make sure she rest peacefully, sleep peacefully, and nothing try to plague her or anything. And I pray that she's not opening her life up to certain stuff. Um, 'cause they got to do with the works of darkness, and if her so-called dad and the ones that's supposed to be watching over her is opening her life up to that, they need to be corrected without delay. Um, that's just that, I pray without delay and immediately. But anyway, um, so yeah. Then my other son, left leg got hurt today, which he broke his leg before. He broke his, what is it, tibia and tibia. I don't know how to say it, but anyway, when he was young, of course, it wasn't on my watch. It wasn't with me or whatever, but I'm just like, just trying to, you just, I'm always concerned about my kids, and I try to let them do what I know they know how to do. Like, I know he knows how to ride the bike well, cross the street, stuff like that, but he still managed to hurt himself today, so I'm just like, every day, honey, you got to stay on it. Okay. That's pretty much it. I was just humoring myself a little bit, about that and the other dream with the Joe Biden and stuff and all that, whatever. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to say except for I just, like I said, I want certain people to definitely stop. I want pleasant dreams as well. I don't want no nightmares. Like, I want certain people to stop appearing in my dreams, baby. I don't care if you live across the street. I don't care what it is. I want God to continue to move in my life. So that might just mean some people just gonna continue to show up in my dreams for whatever reason. But I don't want to be obligated to none of these people. I don't want to be responsible for them. Um, and yeah, I ordered my fruit today. I got my fruit. I'm so thankful because I was filling up on fruit. Even though I cooked the Cornish hens and stuff, I'm not taking anything out to cook tomorrow because I really need to finish up the food that I got in there. Which I got Cornish hens. I got so many things of spicy noodles that I'm trying to try. And yeah. And anyway, that lady was just so curious today. And I usually have a high level of concern, but I just, I don't know. I was about caught laughing and all that because she could have been the one coming in here trying to do something. And I was caught off guard. I wasn't, well, kind of caught off guard. So I need to tighten up. But I was just chilling out. This is my thing. Don't walk to nobody else because they might not even be in there decent. I ain't even have no clothes on like that. Like, girl, I had my vest on. I had a bra on. I had my like, my waist trainer type vest thing on, and I had a bra. I'm like, don't do that. You're my business. I'm gonna get off here. I feel like I got a lot to talk about or speak about, but I'm just gonna get off because I need to go look up some more about this case with the lady who didn't strangle her kids. And I don't even I almost feel uncomfortable showing my kids stuff like that while I'm sitting with them. I'm like, don't y'all ever think that. My mom should never snap to nothing like that. I just hope and pray that it, God keep me as far as that. But I'm smart enough to know that these ninjas will try to plant some type of, whether it's, demonic type energy in you or the kids themselves, to try to drive you to do some crazy stuff. But even just the energy to just be like, oh, forget them kids. I don't want them. I'm just like, man, what is wrong with y'all? But and then people will go to blaming the mom and this and that. Not to say that she doesn't need rehabilitation and need to definitely be somewhere restricted from doing that to others or whatever. But where the so-called dad at? Because they be out here doing some wild stuff, and I'm telling you, I done seen a few of them, and of course experience, but seen a few of them that will make it seem like it's just all mom. My daughter's so-called dad was always telling people that I'm crazy and this, that, and the third. Some people will come up and be like, I ain't never seen that side of you, whatever. And of course, if you crazy, you only gonna show it to certain people. But the crazy that he kept trying to, it was projecting on me, and it was just, he was trying to drive me crazy. Like, I mean, just, I'm different, but I'm not, I don't know, but let me get off here so I can upload videos and find out the info.